I'm not gonna lie, Gojo deserved this. Yup, I'm that guy. I'm gonna keep it 100%. Satoru Gojo deserved this shit. And you're probably wondering why. Well, simply put, I'm a strategical hater. Gojo had to be humbled. But let me explain before you just run off with the narrative that I'm a pure Gojo hater, because that's not actually the case. You see, I actually like Gojo very much. Gojo is him. Undisputedly, he is that guy of the JJK universe. I remember before I watched JJK for the first time in 2020, one of my friends told me before the anime even got announced, bro, check out Jujutsu Kaisen, the manga's really good. And me being me at the time, I was like, cool, but if it's actually going to be that good, I'll just wait for the anime so I can experience it, you know, with all the extra stuff. And I live in the UK, I'm pretty sure this is universal, but the way some guys from over here hype stuff up should honestly be illegal. I'm one of those guys too, but I can recognize this is just a common trait in people like me. So my friend said, bro, you don't know about Gojo fam, he's too broken, even Goku can't. Mid-sentence, I kid you not, the inner Dragon Ball child in me took some hit damage. Instantly in my head, I wanted to deny this Gojo person's existence. Not out of no pure hate for him, it's just when people start comparing others to Goku, I really hope they aren't reaching or just over exaggerating, because the respect I have for Goku is just way too high. Dragon Ball was my first anime after all. But long story short, I was JJK and I can agree Gojo is that guy. The way I was hyped when I saw that first domain expansion, Yoiki Tenkai just became a common word in my vocabulary after that. Gojo is just him, he plays the role of an overpowered individual perfectly, while being a really likable guy. And he's got white hair, need I say more. With that being said, Gojo still had not undergone the test. And the test is essentially earning your stripes, your experience, what made him who he is today. I hadn't seen that yet. We see him at the peak of his powers, yeah that's cool, Gojo's putting in work in the Jujutsu world, but how did this actually come about? Well, here comes season 2. This arc focuses on Gojo's past, and we see that despite Gojo being a threat, he's not a threat alone. He hasn't reached that status yet. Alongside Suguru Geto, the two together are the strongest. And they partake in typical strongest activity. As best friends, they take down the bad guys, bully and tease those weaker than them, and score buckets that make absolutely no fucking sense. But while Gojo and Geto are on their high horse, living the life, the real final boss, the real MVP, the real goal of this season is gambling on a sport I've never seen before. I could have sworn this was supposed to be horse racing. But yes, Toji Fushiguro, the brolic Zenin reject himself, has his eyes set on Riko Amanai, and his fangs are about to descend on Gojo and his crew. And you see why I said this nigga Gojo deserved this shit and needs humbling? After fighting off all these curse users, these idiots really went to Okinawa and were baking off in the sun, having a blast. Now look, I know Gojo and Geto were trying to be nice for Riko as a way to fulfill a request before the merger, but these guys had a whole plan to stop the merger anyway if Riko didn't want it to happen. They were literally going to fight Master Tengen if she said no, but being stupid as they are, they decided to ask the question right before. If it was me the second the bounty was dropped or even during it, I would have been like, you trying to be stuck with Tengen forever? If yes, fair enough. If no, then I'm taking no chances. We can go to Iron Apple or some shit later. There's no time for breaks. And hey, not gonna lie, it probably would have turned out the same way anyway, but I definitely wouldn't have dropped my guard at all inside the barrier or not. Then again, I guess I can only say that since I have hindsight. So yeah, because Gojo got caught lacking in the most despicable way possible, impaled by this rusty ass sword by none other than Uncle Toji himself. Also, just to be clear, since you guys don't really know my perspective and habits when taking in shows, I bestowed the title Uncle to certain anime characters who've earned my respect. They just have that vibe to them. It's a real specific set of characters, I can't really go into detail on the requirements. But Toji starts his attack and Gojo manages to prevent any serious damage. Gojo sends Geto away because, you know, Gojo is still the MC of this arc. The stabbing isn't going to stop him getting the spotlight. So Geto takes Riko to safety while Gojo gets ready to face Uncle Toji. And this fight was animated beautifully, might I add. But Gojo realizes Toji is basically a gym nigga, all raw physical prowess, he hasn't got any of that jujutsu nonsense going on besides the cursed tools. So Gojo can't track him at all. He already tried his blue technique before and it didn't work, so since at this point in time he hasn't got red or purple mastered, he says fuck it, max output blue in hopes of trying to catch Toji. And after Gojo's attempt fails to clear his vision due to the swarm of fly heads, we witness the absolute one-sided beatdown, pure savage disgrace of the legendary Satoru Gojo. Gojo was playing checkers and Toji was playing chess, simple as. With the inverted spear of heaven nullifying Gojo's limitless technique and starting the onslaught, actually you know what, I'm not even gonna dialogue it, just watch this.
No, fight back, man! Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! Get him up, let him get up.
Now, as much as I wanted Gojo to get humbled in the past, when I first saw this scene and now seeing this scene fully animated, this shit was a drag, man. I really be forgetting Gojo was 16 here. Definitely traumatic events. But this was the kind of event every shonen character of great value needs. Well done, Gojo. After Toji kills Gojo, he then proceeds to do one of the most heinous things possible in this current state of affairs, and that is shooting Riko Amanai in the head. And keep in mind I said shooting. Honestly, I didn't even know that Toji originally got down like that. But it's the fact that he shot a defenseless girl who was literally pouring her heart out seconds prior about how she wanted to live. Like, that shit ain't right, man. And he proceeds to say, let's wrap things up, good show, as if he just finished a COD session with the boys or something. Like, if Toji hadn't already proved he was a savage, you can't deny after this, he really doesn't care at all. And Geto just looks flabbergasted like, how did he get here? Didn't Gojo say he got this one? Probably running every simulation in his brain as to how his right hand man could have got taken down. But Toji simply smirks saying, I killed Satoru Gojo, and Geto says, I see, then die. Now this was pure entertainment, I'm not gonna lie, this arc is one of the biggest peaks for me in JJK. Like, how can you watch this and not be hyped? And I'm sure it's gonna be trending crazy for the whole week. Hella crazy reactions, just craziness all around. And I'm sure the reason you're even watching the video is because you're still in disbelief about that peak fiction that we all witnessed. However, don't forget that this video, outside of the praise for the episode and his characters, was a message. Gojo definitely deserved this since it's a necessary canon event for him to become the man we all know and love in the future. But I wonder what will happen next. And if you enjoyed this style of video, which is just like more relaxed and stuff like that, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. If not, I'm not gonna lie, I probably won't try my hand at this again. It's fun, but I am pressed for time with other videos. I'm just trying to see what works at this current point in time. But yeah, Gojo wasn't always that guy, and I guess I'm not that guy either since I still have to script my videos to sound like a normal human being 80% of the time.